Good morning. I tried to do this on YouTube and it didn't save anything, so I'm doing it here on my computer desktop and then I'll upload it. But it is Tuesday, June 2nd at 10:30 in the morning. I just had a very frustrating conversation after speaking with Conopred yesterday about the discrimination that I'm experiencing from my neighbors and the attacks and everything. I was sent an email and told that I would call this number the next morning today, and there would be somebody there who could speak to me in English between 9 and 3. And of course I called and that was not true. And then I had to go through this entire conversation in Spanish and understood about 50% of what was actually happening and continued to ask for the person to slow down and re-explain things. She was patient, but I have no idea what it is about this concept of slowly explaining something. Maybe because I was a teacher and worked with disabled students, maybe that's why I have more compassion and understanding and the ability to do such a thing. But it was a very frustrating call because she told me not to do the denunciation online that the person yesterday told me to do, because basically the alcaldía, the government, will just call them in for an appointment and they will slap them on the hand and let them tell their story, and they can say whatever they want to and they'll just tell them, don't do it again. So it doesn't solve any problems, it just makes them more aware, but it doesn't solve any problems and it won't prevent a future crime from happening. And she said, this lawyer I was speaking to said that I need to find somebody to come in and speak to her. I need my own translator. So I'm going to be looking for somebody to help me with that in the next couple of days. And she said that it's better to file it as a hate crime through her, because they'll be able to get more attention to it than if you just do it through the regular process, which is basically what the U.S. Embassy website says as well about how justice is performed here. Unless I'm dead, there is no justice. And even then, that might be called into question. So what a interesting dilemma to be in the middle of in a pandemia, but also in the middle of all that's happening with Black Lives Matter in the United States and the militarization of police. So here I am with a non-militarized police with no ability to respond. She even asked me, she's like, well, what is the name of the person who did this? And I'm like, I don't know. I only know the name of the mother, because when the police came to my door, they didn't ask for his name. They only took the name of the mother and my name. And they were completely useless, because the lawyer said, well, if he does this again, go get the police on the corner. And I'm like, for what? So that they can theatrically climb our stairs and stand there and listen to the mother and her theater and her lies? Like, what is the point of that? So, it does no good to speak to the police here. They're pretty much useless. They get paid nothing. The only way that they'll respond to you is if you pay them. They don't do anything. They're really just people in uniforms riding around in trucks with pistols and guns and, doing nothing. I don't know, masturbation. That's what comes to mind. So the crime continues to not go reported, and we'll go through the process with the lawyer. But, honestly, I have no expectations for resolution through government or anything. They live right next door. They are less than a meter from my door. Their door is basically attached to my door. And I listen to them enter and exit all day long, slamming the doors and sitting outside on phone calls and, with their dog barking and trying to get at my dog after that dog attacked and nearly killed my dog. But this is my experience in Mexico. It's incongruities, contradictions everywhere. And a lot of those contradictions have fed very well into my artwork, and I have benefited from those contradictions. But at this point, I'm not sure if the benefits outweigh the cons on this side of it. So anyway, I am really, really working hard to practice radical acceptance, but this phone call was extremely frustrating. I wish I could say that I didn't expect it to be like that, but I have come to expect to be disappointed. I just wish I could be less disappointed when these things happen, because it's so frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there. I have some activities today. I have a social with the artist in residency I'm looking forward to. I have a lot of work to do, and tomorrow I'll be back at the immigration offices restarting the entire process all over again because the person who did my forms spelled my name incorrectly and they rejected the application. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get that resolved. At least now I know the process to do this. I won't be standing in the wrong line with thousands of people. The line that I need to stand in is shorter, thankfully. So tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'll be up again, starting all over.